I research retirement strategy for a living, and one of the most underused tools I come across again and again is something the IRS quietly built into the tax code specifically for people who feel behind. According to the Federal Reserve's 2023 Survey of Consumer Finances, the median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64 is just $185,000. For many households, that number is far lower than what they hoped for at this stage of life. If that lands close to home, keep watching. Because today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how 401k catch-up contributions work in 2025, what the IRS actually allows, who qualifies, and a newer rule that could let some workers in their early 60s save significantly more. What is a catch-up contribution? Let's start at the beginning. Every year, the IRS sets a limit on how much you can contribute to your 401k. That limit applies to all workers. But in 2001, Congress passed the Economic Growth and Tax Relief Reconciliation Act, EGTRRA, which created an additional allowance for workers aged 50 and older. It's called the catch-up contribution. The logic is straightforward. Older workers are closer to retirement. They may have had years where saving was difficult, raising children, paying off a mortgage, surviving a job loss. The catch-up provision gives them a legal way to accelerate savings in the years they have left in the workforce. It's not a loophole. It's a feature Congress built intentionally. And according to the IRS, it has been part of the tax code for over 2 decades. Whether this tool makes sense for your situation depends on your income, your tax bracket, and how many working years you have ahead. We'll come back to all of that. 2025 contribution limits, the IRS numbers. Here are the actual numbers for 2025. According to the IRS, the standard 401k contribution limit for 2025 is $23,500. That applies to every eligible worker regardless of age. If you are 50 or older, you can contribute an additional $7,500 on top of that. That brings your total annual 401k limit to $31,000. To be clear, that $7,500 is the catch-up amount. It's separate from your regular contribution. Your employer's matching contributions do not count toward either of these limits. Those are IRS caps on your own elective deferrals. Now, these numbers adjust over time. The IRS uses cost of living adjustments to update limits periodically. So if you're watching this in a future year, always verify the current figures directly at irs.gov before making decisions. The specific dollar amounts matter, and they depend on the calendar year you're in. The Secure 2.0 Super Catch-Up, ages 60 to 63. This is where it gets more interesting and more complicated. The Secure 2.0 Act, signed into law in December 2022, introduced a new provision that took effect in 2025. It's often called the Super Catch-Up Contribution. According to the IRS, workers aged 60, 61, 62, or 63 are now eligible to contribute even more to their 401k than the standard catch-up allows. For 2025, that super catch-up limit is $11,250 instead of $7,500. That means if you are in that specific age window, 60 through 63, your total 401k contribution limit for 2025 is $23,500 plus $11,250, which equals $34,750. Once you turn 64, you return to the standard $7,500 catch-up. This age window, 60 to 63, is precise. It was set by Congress, and it matters. If you are currently 59 or 64, you are not in the super catch-up window. Whether maximizing this opportunity makes financial sense for you depends heavily on your income, your tax situation, and whether your plan administrator has updated their systems to accommodate this change. Not all employers had their payroll systems ready on day one. It's worth confirming with your HR or plan administrator that they are processing the correct limit for your age. Traditional VRIAs, Roth 401k, when you pay the tax. Now let's talk about something that affects every dollar you contribute, the tax treatment. Many 401k plans today offer 2 tracks, a traditional 401k and a Roth 401k. With a traditional 401k, your contributions go in pre-tax. You reduce your taxable income today. You pay taxes when you withdraw the money in retirement. With a Roth 401k, your contributions go in after tax. You get no deduction today. But qualified withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. The catch-up contribution, whether the standard $7,500 or the super catch-up $11,250, can go into either track depending on your plan. However, there is one important change from Secure 2.0 that is still being phased in. Starting in 2026, workers who earned more than $145,000 in the prior year, adjusted for inflation, will be required to make their catch-up contributions into the Roth track only. This rule was delayed from its original 2024 start date to give employers time to adjust. Which track is better for you depends entirely on whether you expect your tax rate to be higher now or higher in retirement. Your filing status, your other income sources, and your state's tax treatment all affect that calculation. This is one of the areas where a conversation with a fiduciary advisor can be genuinely useful, because the math is personal. How to actually set this up. Understanding the rules is step one, but how do you actually use them? The catch-up contribution is not automatic. You have to elect it. Here's how that generally works. Log into your 401k plan's online portal, or contact your HR department directly. Look for your contribution election settings. You will typically see a field for your regular deferral percentage or dollar amount. Many plans now have a separate field specifically for the catch-up amount. If your plan uses a percentage-based system, you may need to calculate what percentage of your paycheck equals the additional $7,500 or $11,250 over the course of the year. Some plans allow a flat dollar amount, which is simpler. According to Vanguard's 2024 How America Saves report, only about 16% of eligible participants actually made catch-up contributions in the prior year. That means roughly 84% of people who could be using this tool are not. There are many reasons for that: cash flow constraints, lack of awareness, plan complexity. But if you have the capacity to increase your contributions and you haven't set up the catch-up election, that's a concrete step worth exploring. The IRS does not automatically apply the higher limit. Your plan has to process it, and you have to elect it. Putting it in perspective. Let's close with some context. Catching up is real. It takes time, consistency, and available income, none of which are guaranteed. But the math is worth understanding. If a 55-year-old contributes the full catch-up amount of $7,500 per year for 10 years and earns a hypothetical 6% average annual return, the additional contributions alone, before any employer match, could grow to roughly $99,000 by age 65. That's not a promise. Returns vary. Markets fluctuate. Your timeline and contributions may differ. But it illustrates why the IRS provision exists. Every additional dollar contributed now has time to compound before you need it. The Federal Reserve's data reminds us that many Americans arrive at their late 50s with less than they planned. The catch-up rules are one of the few places in the tax code where Washington explicitly acknowledges that reality and offers a response. Whether you can take full advantage depends on your cash flow, your employer's plan, and your broader financial picture. That's different for every viewer watching this. Disclaimer and next steps. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is general education, not personalized advice. Consult a fiduciary before acting. If this video helped clarify how catch-up contributions work, please subscribe. We publish new videos every week on retirement planning, specifically for people who are starting later than they hoped, because starting later is not the same as starting too late. Next week, we're covering traditional IRA versus Roth IRA, including the income limits that most people don't realize apply to Roth contributions. That video connects directly to everything we talked about today on tax timing. If you want to track your contributions and projections in one place, I've linked a retirement planning tool in the description that I use personally. This video may contain affiliate links. I only recommend tools I use personally. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.